Hey guys, what is going on today? Bojo here, and we are back for our NHL 16 BGM following the Philadelphia Flyers in our round 6, our year 6 playoff run, starting off round number 2 against the New York Islanders. So in the first round, we played the Pittsburgh Penguins, and we dealt with them. 4 games, sweep, see you later. No issues in that series whatsoever. Steve Mason played great. Our defense played very, very well. And Nathan Noel, first line of Noel, Voracek, and Grantham really pulled through there. Reed McDonough showed up in the later games as well. A little bit worrisome that Claude Giroux and Tyler Toffoli really didn't show up in that series, but hopefully they can get some revival going in round number 2 against the New York Islanders team, who we have never played so far in the playoffs. And through these 6 years of this series. So be interesting to see who the New York Islanders have 6 years down the road. So let's give a look, see who the Islanders have going through here, as they did play 6 games so far in their first round matchup against the Washington Capitals. So Brock Nelson 87, John Tavares 97. Holy shit, Johnny T, you're a monster. Matthew Barzal 91. All right, so we got some 90 overall player, or high 80s, 90 overall players this time around, especially with Tavares 97. Good lord. Michael Del Cole 86, Marty Hansel 88. Anders Lee 84, but he does seem to be out with an injury. So we'll do a little quick look on the injury report for those guys. Jerome Papineau 84, Matt Martin 82, Casey Cizikas 83, Gabriel Paquin-Boudreau 84, but he's out with an injury as well. So it looks like the Islanders are dealing with some forward injuries, it seems. Johan Sundstrom 85, Lyndon Vey 81. All right, so they got, once again, kind of low 80s, but they do have the studs up front. They have Hansel, Del Cole, Barzal, Tavares, and Nelson, it seems, who are high 80s, extremely high 90s on their team. Tavares with 5 goals so far in this playoff run, Barzal with 7 assists. So Islanders can definitely score, and they can put up more points, it seems, than the Penguins can. But it looks like they are dealing with a couple injuries, it seems. So we'll go in and dive in deep and see what the injury report is on the Islanders. All right. Defensively, Nick Leddy, 88. Anton Strawman, 85. Oh, look who made that trade at the trade deadline. They picked up Anton Strawman, it seems, did the New York Islanders. Okay. Ryan Pilon, 83. Luke Shen, 78. How's that working out for you guys? Travis Hamonic, 86. Frederick Erickson, 83. Ryan Pulak, 86. And Parker Wotherspoon, 85. Okay, decent defensive defenseman. Interested to see who they have as their like defensive pairing. I would assume it's probably like Leddy and Strawman, or Leddy and Hamonic, maybe Leddy, Hamonic, Pulak, Wotherspoon, Pylon, Shen. I don't even know. Shen has played 5 games for them, so I don't know if he's on their pairing or not. And then who's their goaltender? Their goaltender is Linus Soderstrom. So it looks like Soderstrom is their starter. Tyson Bradford did get in there for 1 game, but they have an 83 overall goaltender. So that's the weak point of the Islanders. Their defense is okay. Nothing really too fantastic about their defense. Kind of like mid-80 overall players. Their offense is pretty scary because they do have a couple high 90s, including John Tavares, who's 97. But their weak point is definitely their goaltending, it seems. So very interesting lineup set there that the New York Islanders have. So it's going to be interesting to see going up against this Islanders team that can score goals, unlike Pittsburgh could. Pittsburgh didn't seem to be getting any type of goal scoring whatsoever. There we go. We got everybody back up on the trending upward as of that meeting, because I pissed everybody off last time. But we do have home ice advantage once again, and you know what? Islanders are going to pose much bigger of a task than oh yeah, injury report. I wanted to go take a look at the injury thing before we get going. Where's the injury report at? Where's the injury report at? It's under, is it under manage budget? No, it's not in here. Is it manage rosters? Injury, whoop, nope, turbo mode, god damn it. All right, injury report. Injury report for the New York Islanders. Okay, so they have a bunch of players out. Okay, Anders Lee is returning May 7th with a pulled groin, so we'll check out the date. I don't know what date it is. So Anders Lee has a pulled groin. He'll be coming back May 7th. Chris Kreider had elbow surgery, so he's not coming back till June 18th, so I think he'll miss the series. He's missing the entire playoffs, it seems, and that's good because Chris Kreider, that's another high 80 overall player on their team. So he's going to miss the series, and then Paquin Boudreau is out till May 2nd. All right, so 2nd and the 7th of May. What is today's date? April 28th. 30 days past September, April, June, and November. Okay, so it seems like they might get Anders Lee back if the series goes to like 6 or 7 games. They might get him back, that Paquin Boudreau guy. I think they'll get back, but they're not getting Chris Kreider back. So they're going to be dealing with a couple injuries here in the first couple games of this series. So we have to take advantage over this series right out of the gate, because they're missing some of their kind of depth players, it seems, and Islanders don't have a good goalie, so we hopefully should get some goals on this team. So here we go. Game number 1. First period, 1-0. Good start there. Up. Jacob Voracek started it off with a goal, and it seemed like I skipped ahead, but still, 10 shots to 17. Islanders are out shooting us, but that's a good first period. Second period, 1-0 still. All right. 1-0 still, 26-25. We are out shooting them in this period, but here we go. Third period now. 5-on-4 power play. Oh, that would have been clutch to get a goal there. That would have been clutch to get a goal. I'm worried about this Islanders team putting up goals on us. I really am. Something low-key really worries me about this Islanders team. Oh, come on, Mace. Come on, Stevie May. I know you got it in you, man. 5 minutes to go. Up, power play. Come on, give me a goal here. Give me a goal here. A minute left. Hold it down. Ooh, good game, Steve Mason. Good game. 34 save shutout by Steve Mason. And we walk away with a 1-0 defensive game over the New York Islanders in game number 1. Very, very defensive. Look at all the penalties the Islanders took. Jesus Christ, look at that. Slashing. We were very disciplined in that game. Oh my God, the refs were like on our side. Slashing, delay a game, tripping, holding the stick, cross-checking, tripping, and hooking. My goodness. Holding the stick on Johan Sundstrom. I was going to say, isn't there a goaltender Sundstrom? But that's Soderstrom. But still, the only goal of the game, Jacob Voracek from Earl Grantham and Claude Giroux. So maybe that's a low-key little hint there. Claude Giroux, are you back? That's only your second point in the playoffs so far. And I kind of like that. But that's what we needed there. We needed a good victory like that over this Islanders team who's missing some players. So very good defensive game there. We could thank Steve Mason for that victory. But we need our goaltender to step up. We need our offense to step up here in game number 2 for sure. Here we go. Second game, first period, 1-1. All right, DeCall gets the scoring started, but then Nathan Noel answers right back. 11-14 are the shots. Islanders do take the shooting lead, but the game is tied after 1. All right, second period, 2-1. There you go, Claude Giroux. 2 points so far in the series, depending on if he got an assist on that first goal, but still 2 points that we know of so far. Flyers take a 2-1 lead going into the third period again. I think Claude Giroux might be the series where he steps up. Dryden Hunt, there we go. The depth popping up for us as well. Dryden Hunt, that free agency pickup, 3-1 lead there for the Flyers. 33-21 are the shots. Can we kill off that power play? Ooh, Murray Generous. That might have been a shorty. That might have been a shorthanded goal. He is on our penalty kill, so that might have been a shorthanded goal there from Murray Generous on Soderstrom, and the Flyers will walk away with a 4-1 victory in game number 2, and we will take a 2-0 series lead over the New York Islanders going back to Brooklyn. Not bad, boys. Not bad game right there. Dryden Hunt and Murray Generous, the depth goal scoring popping up for us in the third period, and we win that game. Look at that. Look at the penalties in this series, man. My goodness. New York Islanders are taking a lot of penalties. Delay game, hooking, high sticking, tripping, hooking. High sticking, slashing, hooking, holding. Two undisciplined teams, it seems like so far. But Michael Nathan Noel from Earl Grantham and Jacob Voracek, Giroux from Toffoli and Meyer, Hunt from Sanheim and Kruger, Generous, Sanheim, and Couturier. A little bit interesting goal scoring on this game for sure. A lot of depth popping up for us there. Toffoli and Giroux are getting some points, it seems, in this for this series so far. But that was an interesting game there for sure. A lot of depth goals being scored there for the Flyers, and a lot of players getting some depth points as well. All right, but once again, we did what we needed to do. We got the 2-0 series lead over a team like the Islanders, who was scaring me about goal scoring, but we seem to have limited that so far, which is good. And now it is May 2nd, which means they should be getting back one of their players. Anders Lee may be coming back right now, but he will be Obviously at a lower overall, I would think, and dealing with an injury. So maybe we can get out there, bruise up the team a little bit. Should be able to cut down those guys, but still, 2-0 series lead for the Flyers over the Islanders. All we need to do is take one game here in Brooklyn, and we're sitting pretty. So here we go. Game number 3. First period, 0-0, 10 shots to 5. All right, nothing doing in this first period. Second period, 3-0. There you go, boys. Defensemen stepping up for us. Ivan Provorov, Shane Gostisbehere, Nathan Noel still continuing his hot-ass playoff run. They're shooting us 18-15, but we got the 3-goal second period there. Take a 3-0 lead coming into the third period. Sitting very, very comfortable here. Power play for the Islanders. They do get one. Eriksson from the point. 3-1 lead, though. Cuts it down to 2 goals. Flyers not putting up many shots there. Nathan Noel doesn't matter. They pulled their goalie, too. They pulled Soderstrom. They put Bradford in. And as a 4-1 lead for the Flyers, and it looks like it's going to be deja vu of game number 2. Brock Nelson makes it 4-2 with 2 minutes left, but that's not going to matter. Flyers take this one 4-2. Don't worry about that one. Makes 2-goal third period there from the Islanders, but that 3-goal second was more than enough for the Flyers. Oh my God, we took a shite ton of penalties in this game. Referees in this series are not letting anything go, it seems. Provorov from Couturier, Gostisbehere from Couturier and Sanheim, Noel from Voracek and Grantham, Noel from Grantham and Gostisbehere. So Ghost and Couturier had 2 points each. Noel 2 points, Grantham 2 points. Nice job, boys. 3-0 series lead over the New York Islanders. Once again, the Flyers have yet to lose a game in this playoffs so far. And it looks like the Islanders might get Anders' lead back for game number 4. But we have a 3-0 series lead once again. And honestly, we just need to keep doing what we're doing. Play smart. Play smart, and we should be able to. Let's see if we can just end the series off once again and not have to deal with any injuries. Here we go. Game number 4. First period. 0-0. 16-4 on the shots. All right, so the Islanders are playing like I expected them to. They need to win this game, so they're playing to win this game for sure. Second period. 0-0. 22-17. Flyers caught back up in shots a little bit, but the Islanders are definitely playing their asses off here in this game number 4. They want to win this game. This is a game they have to win, obviously. And they're playing like it. Flyers kind of climbing back in shots here slowly. 10 minutes to go in the third. Nothing happening. Very defensive-minded so far. And there you go. Wayne Moss on the 4th line. Wayne Moss, is he going to do it? Is that going to be the dagger? Is that going to be the dagger? Wayne Moss. What a beauty. What a beauty. Wayne Moss. Wayne Moss ends the Islanders' dreams, and the Flyers sweep their second consecutive playoff series, 4-0 over the New York Islanders as they move on to the Eastern Conference Finals for the second year in a row. And the Flyers are 8-0 in the playoffs right now. And who would have guessed that Wayne Moss on the 4th line will get the 2 goals in game number 4? Gets one on Soderstrom and then gets the empty netter to win the game. What a beauty, Wayne Moss, you are, man. What a beauty. So Wayne Moss gets goal number 1 and 2, assisted from Hunt and Gostisbehere and Kruger and Hunt. So Dryden Hunt with 2 assists in this game. Wayne Moss with 2 goals. Ghost gets himself a point as well. And that'll do it, boys. That'll do it for round number 2 as the Flyers take care of the Islanders in 4 games. Keep those brooms out because we just swept another one, man. We just swept another one. That is what I'm talking about. Tyler Toffoli is on a downward trend, it seems. Individual performance, yeah. He's not performing the way I thought he would so far in this playoff run. 8 games in the playoffs and only 1 point. That is like non-existent to what Tyler Toffoli was last year, but other guys are stepping up, and that is perfectly fine for us. Nathan Noel is on an absolute monstrous tear so far in these playoffs, so we will let it slide. All right, so let's go check out the player stats once again. Another 4 games go by, and we can see how much has changed for the point totals. So Nathan Noel is still continuing this monstrous playoff run. He is on 6 goals, 4 assists, 10 points for Nathan Noel. Jacob Voracek with 8, Earl Grantham with 8. That first line's clicking together. Generous with 4, Couturier with 4, Dryden Hunt with 4 points in that series. I think maybe 3 points in the series in 4 games, so not too bad. Reed McDonough didn't have any points in that series. Claude Giroux did have 2 points early on in the series. So he got the 2 points, I think, in games 1 and 2. So he showed up a little bit in that series, but he's still kind of looming down below as like not really kind of not really showing up too much. Kruger with 2, Meyer with 2, Wayne Moss had 2 goals in the last 2 games, which is nice. And then Tyler Toffoli not really showing up so far in these playoffs at all, and 1 assist. But you know what? That first line is the main reason we are getting things done here. Ghost is doing a great job as well. 6 points in 8 games. Sanheim with 5, Provorov with 4, Halishchuk with 2. Bachman and Sam Moran still held off the score sheet, but they are positive plus players. And Stevie May, another great series for you. Another good 4 games, 1.0 goals against average, 8-0, save percentage near .97, and 3 shutouts so far in 8 games. So, Stevie May, you are doing a fantastic job, my man. Let's keep it going. Let's simulate some games here and see who we have in the Eastern Conference Finals. Is it going to be a rematch of last year? Do we have the Tampa Bay Lightning or do we have the Boston Bruins? I would really like it if it would be the Boston Bruins, because that would be different. Nope. Who wants variety? But this is perfect for us. This is perfect. It sets up the rematch that we had last year. Made it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals, had a 3-0 series lead over the Tampa Bay Lightning, and they come back and win 4 straight in 7 games to beat us and eventually win the Stanley Cup. So this is perfect for us because this team is undefeated so far and we want some revenge. So Tampa dealt with Boston in 5 games. We swept out the Islanders. Colorado beat Dallas in 7, so we don't have to deal with Michael Neuvirth, and the Los Angeles Kings beat the Anaheim Ducks in 6. So here are the conference matchups in the Western Conference. You have the Colorado Avalanche up against the Los Angeles Kings. And then the Eastern Conference, you have a rematch of last year's Eastern Conference Finals, the Philadelphia Flyers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. So I can't tell you guys how many times we played Tampa Bay in the playoffs, but this year is different. This time it's so much more different. We need some revenge. They embarrassed us so many years ago. They swept us out, I think, or no, that was Buffalo that swept us out, or maybe they swept us out. We've played Tampa Bay, I think, 3 years in a row in the playoffs. I think 2 years ago they beat us in the first round series. They swept us out in 4 games. Last year we took a 3-0 series lead, obviously, and then they came back to win 4 straight. And this year they're looking to ruin us once again, as we are undefeated so far in this playoff run, and now they're looking to end it. But I don't think we're going to let that slide this time. We have home ice advantage. Everything seems to be clicking the Flyers' way, and this is the rematch obviously everybody wanted. So Eastern Conference Finals are up next, boys. The rematch, Tampa Bay versus Philly. Winner goes to the Stanley Cup. Can we finally get to our first Stanley Cup in this GM Mode series? This will be the first time we can get to the Cup in this series if we can beat the Tampa Bay Lightning. This is one of the only obstacles. This is the biggest obstacle so far in this series, in this GM Mode series, is we can't get past the Eastern Conference. This is our chance to do it. If we don't get it done this year, I don't know if we're ever going to do it, but this is our one chance to do it, boys. That's coming up next.